Just very gently activating the feet. Relaxing the shoulders down away from the neck. These next 3 breaths, softening abdomen. Knowing that we are inviting our unconscious, our subconscious, our conscious self to participate all together through this body. What is the best way for us to move? Right? Movement is a behavior. What messages do we communicate to our deep unconscious? For pranayama today, we'll be doing lion's breath. Now, I'll teach it a slightly different way than the sound way. There's a sound way of doing lion's breath, and there's a soundless way. Let's do the soundless way. 1, you don't have to wake up anyone else in your house. 2, you preserve your vocal cords. You're not yelling, screeching, or clattering your vocal folds together. So soundless then requires us to use the tongue muscle dynamically. So if you've seen your dog yawn or a lion, it is jaw open and tongue way, way, way out. You're literally stretching some of the tongue, throat, and jaw structure and musculature. And so the way that we'll do this is we'll inhale into our belly, we'll hold for just a few moments, and then with our hands on the ground, cast the tongue, open the jaw, get totally empty, just stretching the tongue outside of your mouth. Now here's what inevitably happens. I'm going to give you the cheat sheet. What inevitably happens is someone opens their mouth like 2 millimeters and sticks their tongue out like they're wetting their lips. I'm not convinced that that's as much as the jaw is capable of moving. You really have to open, and you're playing with stretching and moving this facial structure. Here we go. Inhale into your abdomen, into your pelvis, into your low back, and then pause, hold that for just a moment, and imagine the root of your tongue is in your sacrum, it's in your gut. So this is an open mouth exhalation. Bring your hands in front of your shins, open up the jaw. When you release, just come back up. We'll do a couple more. We'll do these kind of at our own. So I am exhaling out my mouth. I am getting really, really empty. No, I'm not. N-O-T, not doing Uddiyana. It really is just exhaling to empty, tongue structure stretched. When you're ready, plugging that tailbone and those sit bones down into the earth. Washing that inhalation from gut to throat. Holding just a moment. Place the hands in front of the shins. Open up the mouth. Open up the lips. Open up that bottom jaw. Cast that tongue out. Stretch it as you exhale. Take a few deep breaths. Letting the face relax, letting the neck, letting the jaw reorganize a bit. Final round on your own. Here you go. Inhaling into the deepest part of abdomen and gut. Holding for just a moment that you may situate, that you may feel inside that gut. And when you're ready, bring those hands forward. Open the bottom jaw. Open up those lips and reach the tongue well outside your mouth. And when you come back upright, resume Ujjayi breath and permit face structure to soften the eyes, cheek, all around the sinus area, the mucosa membrane. The vocal area. We're going to work our way down a little bit. So, when we move on to our hands and knees for dolphin, allow me to just visually remind us of this version. We're working a version of dolphin. Okay? This version consists of being able to put weight on one arm while the other hand, reaching for the leg, creates a stretch-like effect. So be through the shoulder blade, perhaps. Okay. Now, not everyone will be able or willing to shift all of that weight onto one arm, and that's okay. If you'd like, you can do the flash prep move if that gives you a little extra support through your shoulders. Okay, so let's set it up and I'll talk us into every stage with options. So we've got the elbows under the shoulders, the knees under the hips. Let's go forearms out in front. Inhale into the back of the heart. And curling toes under. Exhale, knees off the ground. So I'll say it many times, but If you have any restrictions around the shoulder, right here, 4 limbs on the ground can be your go-to version of dolphin. So you do not have to do another version but this, but I'll be talking through some other version. All right, shifting weight into the left arm, and I recommend having the feet at least hip width, if not a tiny bit wider. And when that left arm has you supported, take the right hand, reach for the right ankle. Right calf works also. And grab a hold of that heel, that Achilles, that calf. Relax the neck. Left arm pushes vibrantly. So I'm gently moving or nudging the back of heart up toward the sky and away from my shins. When we release the right arm, let's set it back down on the ground. And now shifting weight into that right arm. When the shift feels secure, left hand reach for left ankle. Now, you do not have to do that lion's breath or that tongue motion, but you can certainly feel into that throat part of the body and learn if there's a quality of release or relax occurring there. You can feel if you've started to press your tongue firmly into the palate or clenching the lip muscles. You get a sense for the tone around that part of the face. Oftentimes when we enter these little balancing, uncertain moments in our body experience, there's a tendency to clamp down in a kind of security fashion, like hold ourselves in there. And replace that left hand down to the ground. Gently set knees down. And then let's lie on our back. We'll be working frog lifting through. We did a ton of hip stuff yesterday, so you might even feel how these moves just kind of fall on the coattails of your last practice. It's really the wonderful thing about this is a little bit of momentum begets momentum. Frog lifting through. I've got the feet off the ground, the legs set widely apart. The knees are bent. Inhale, the head, the shoulder blades off the ground. And now exhale. Use those belly muscles. Reach out through the legs. Draw the low belly down. Inhaling, let's keep the shoulder blades up. That may mean that you need to press a little bit down through those mid ribs. Exhaling, curl tailbone. Low belly actively draws those tissues in all around the pubic bone. Pull low belly down. Let's do about 4 more. And let's do these on our own, please. Letting that back of neck be supported in the hands. When we work through the gut and the pelvis, I often find, more often than not, there's a very strong linkage to the throat, to the jaw, right? So the end of the digestive tube is deeply related to the beginning of the digestive tube. Do things a little bit differently today. When you're through with that, we'll turn onto a side and we'll press up to seated. We're working Mariachasana C. This is where we bend one leg, we'll bend our right leg, we straighten the left leg, and we'll be working our arm around our bent leg. So if you need to have a strap nearby to accommodate that, just set that up. Inhale the right arm up, and in so doing, lifting the chest. And then exhaling, fold, reach with that right arm. Reach so you stretch, reach to stretch. Wrapping that right arm around the right shin, and then connect the hands however it's best to do so, at a strap or a little S-hook. If you're really flexible, you might be grabbing the wrist. And now press or reach through the ball of the left foot. So you're turning on your inner legs, both inner legs. Both. So that means I'm pressing through the ball of the right foot as well. So both of my legs are subtly tweezing inwardly. So now we've got our arm wrapped up. This is a little lower now than our last dolphin move. Inhale into that upper and mid back. Allowing the head, the weight of the head, to simply hang forward. Doesn't mean I'm not using that right arm. In fact, pressing that right arm back into the leg so my chest moves forward. And release. Inhale, unwind. Come upright. We'll switch sides. So now we straighten the right leg, bend the left. So you may see that we're getting a little bit into folds, a little bit into the back side of the body. Inhale, draw the left arm up. And with that, reach and lift the chest up. Exhale, fold forward. Reach forward, stretch that left arm forward. And then wrap that around your left shin. And our breath that moves and interpenetrates our all these areas of our body. Know that we're touching, we're feeling, and we're noticing. A deep unconscious, also feeling and noticing what's available to us to be felt, what's conscious, what's in our purview. I think it's just sometimes helpful. We can release this and come upright to consider that we're not just breathing and sensing knowns. We're also stepping into quite vast, mysterious, and rather unknown territory. And I think that's kind of exciting. All right, let's set up for dolphin again. Come on to elbows and knees. Now when we do this dolphin, we'll be reaching leg up. So let's set elbows under shoulders, knees under hips. And then on exhale, we'll press up. Now, before we do anything with the legs, if you would like to revisit grabbing an ankle with your hand, leg up becomes a very different creature. Now, here in a moment, I'll be instructing us to raise the right foot. If you like dancing on the edge of uncertainty, then left hand can reach left ankle. And we'll now raise that right foot off the ground. And we'll set that right foot down, left arm down. Okay. Now here in a moment, we'll raise the left foot off the ground. If you want to revisit that variation on dolphin, okay, the right hand can reach the right ankle. Completely optional. Left leg lifts off ground. All right, we'll set that left foot down. Release the right hand, set the knees down. We'll slide our hands under shoulders and exhale, downward dog. So hopefully all of that shoulder and rib discovery gives us a new sense of wrapping the shoulders. It helps us in greater fidelity map and feel all around the heart and the lungs. Inhale, step your left foot forward, reverse warrior. Exhaling the right hand to the right leg. And the left arm reaches plus lifts to our right. And I'll invite us, feel the body, feel your breath inside your body. That's where all the action's happening. I get a distinct but rare sense that, from time to time, there's like a handful of us that breathe and are going through all of this breathing technique and refinement, but we completely miss feeling our interiors. It's almost like doing the mechanics of breathing without ever turning over, starting up, like, what am I sensing? What is the discovery that's being made on the inside of my person? Inhale, take that left arm up, over. When we come up right, we'll set the hands down for twisting pigeon toward the foot. So when I work twisting pigeon, when I lie that left leg down, and I'm aligning this left foot with the edge of the mat. Okay. In other words, the sole of my left foot isn't facing the wall behind me. It's not facing the wall in front of me. It's facing the right edge. There you go. Now I've got my butt cheek down, so now you use your hands. Either grab that left foot with your right hand, grab it with both hands, or maybe get an armpit or an elbow to the sole of the foot. I can just feel the relaxed quality around the tongue and the throat structure. And allow your breath to help you move inside your body. It's really easy to do yoga like a foot around our body. But again, that leaves tracks. Like our interiors, though they're private, they're not that private. How we care for our interiors, how we illuminate them, how we make them transparent, is known to others. So it really does leave tracks in the community, in the we space. Inhaling, unwind. We'll go hands under shoulders. Exhaling, downward dog. And just as an aside, that's why it's always really obvious to us. If we're in a public space and someone is staring at us and we can feel it, right? It's because our interiors, it leaves tracks. Inhale, step the right foot forward. Like when a group is engaged in something and someone's trying to fiddle with their phone or do some email or do another task, we can feel the pull. We know that someone's interiors are not fully in the collective. We know that they're having an experience outside, and it frays the collective. Right? So what we do with our interiors is really important. Reverse warrior. Exhaling the left hand to the left thigh, raise the right. Reach toward your left. Statically kind of stomp or press through that heel, through that midfoot. Now breathe into that right side pelvis, right side sacrum. Inhale that right arm up and over. We'll set the hands down. We'll set the left knee down. Pigeon, twisting toward the right foot. So walk the right foot over. Lie the right shin down. And either grab the foot with your left hand, grab it with both hands, or hook your upper arm inside that sole of foot. And when you soften your throat and move inside, if you need to close your eyes to move inside, then close your eyes to move inside. But letting each breath work in your interiors a little bit like a digestive enzyme. And it just start to pour into and work on all of this interior landscape. You know, for a number of reasons, we could have developed a very intelligent strategy or belief for not letting anything inside of our body. And so you may even be confronting that a little bit. You know, whether it was an invasive parent or you didn't want to eat or eating, there's something around eating, okay? Now's the time you can really kind of ask yourself, is that a belief I still want to play out in my body today? Is that a belief that still serves me? Does it brighten me up? Or is it much more interesting and fascinating to allow myself inside my body? To allow this area to be investigated and explored. I understand it can be challenging to kind of fully inhabit our interiors, but it's what we sign up for, right? Inhaling, we'll walk ourselves out of that. Exhaling, downward dog. Neck relaxed. Okay, turbo dog. Keep the hands planted as they are. And as you bend the elbows, wrap the shoulders. This means the shoulder blades move around the rib cage. The chest muscles turn on. Neck relaxed. Inhaling, step left foot forward, archer, and warrior one. And if you need a strap, your left hand can lower it to your right. Or left elbow points up, right elbow points down. And if you need to close eyes, close eyes. We just keep gently making that return. I say gentle because this is not an authoritarian kind of a move, right? The best results are going to be when we parentify ourselves, go inside. That's just not going to work. We're all adults here. But gentle return, as in, oh, I noticed I was doing something else. There I was, somewhere lost in thought or kind of looking out at the horizon or outside my body. So gentle return is just to help us, remind us, oh, there is a pattern there. And every gentle return might start to soften that pattern. And then we can question that pattern. Do I want that pattern? Do I always want to be kind of flitting and floating outside my body? Does it brighten me up to be on the outside or to have this rich interior experience? Okay, I'm going to release the strap or the hands. And just let that go. And we're pivoting, turning into lunge. So I lift that right heel off the ground. So I'm on the forefoot. And I may have to wriggle that foot out. Inhaling, arms up, lunge. Inhaling, let's place the hands down. Exhaling, chaturanga. Be working those two poses on the other side. Inhale, cobra. Exhaling, downward dog. All right, archer and warrior one. Inhale, right foot forward. The right elbow will point up, the left elbow will point down. I kind of selected these poses kind of with the knowing that as soon as we kind of lock into this stance, many of us will kind of get that far away look and feeling in our eyes, like, we kind of go way, way, way out. So here's the answer key. We may have done that. If you can catch that, if you can feel that, if you can notice that, you now have a choice. Do you want to be on the outside of your body on the horizon or in your picture frame out there, or do you want to be exploring and sensing your interiors? Where your unconscious is, where the mystery is, where the richness and the depth, all these points of interest are, where spirit lives and conducts its great mysterious work. You have a choice. We have choice if we can recognize it, if we're aware of it, if we can see it. Okay, we release the strap. Here comes lunge. Pivot onto the ball of the left foot. Might have to slink lower down into your lunge, but inhale, draw arms up. If you can notice, if you can sense where you are in your body or around your body, now we have choice. Where would you like to situate? Where would you like to practice coming from, moving from, breathing from? The beautiful thing about moving from our deepest, innermost being is that when we engage with other, we're transparent to them. And that's known to them. When we're always coming at them or with them from a side angle, from not our deepest interior, I know, to me, it feels a little bit like an ulterior motive. Like, what are you hiding? Where are you? Who are you? It always feels a little vacant, a little like, I don't know. What am I trusting? Who am I trusting? Who's there? Inhale, let's set the hands down. Exhaling, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhaling, downward dog. All right. Inhale, step any foot forward. We'll just arrive at a wide stance. Okay, we're going to grab our strap and open it up. Now we're moving into Tortoise this morning. If Tortoise is not your jam, you may choose plank stretch. You may choose half twining vine, and you're welcome to flag me, and I can show you those, visually remind you. Okay. But I'll talk us through tortoise. So I have the strap, and then I give it a little tie in the back, just so that, one, it stays in place, and two, I have these long tail ends that I'll be able to grab. Okay. Now, this is maybe the most important point for the majority of us. The elbows must go past the thigh. There's many people who will prop on their elbows, and then they'll lift the straps, and then they'll just look around like, what's happening? This is not the pose. You got to get off your elbows, slip the elbows past the thigh, and grab the strap. Crouch if you need to. Now, once you have the strap, relax the neck. Just that can be a really incredible version of pose. If you have a little bit of an achy back or an achy neck, just do that much. And just get the strap, draw the shoulders down away from the neck, and relax the neck. It may feel deep and squatty and kind of burny in the legs, but, so be it. So our legs get a little jazzed in the morning. All right, I'm going to lift my head just so I can see you grab your strap. So the right arm stays next to the right leg. Yep, should be almost armpit. And I'm grabbing the strap by my right back pocket. My left arm stays by my left leg, and it reaches up, and my left hand grabs the strap by my left hip pocket. There you go. Good. Everyone's elbows are cleared. If you need me to turn around and show you a different view, I can do that. And just know we'll do a couple of rounds. This can be as light as it needs to be. This is deep, deep spine work. Deep spine work. And we have that option. We can move in deeply. We can breathe in a place that's rich. Or we can stay really surfacey. But if we can notice it, at least we have a choice. And release. If you're already on to round 2, or if you're already, done with round 2, that's fine. But we'll just give it a few more moments. 1, so I can have a second round, and then 2, you can just have a third round or rest. We'll just give it a few more breath moments. You do a lion's breath in tortoise. That's kind of interesting and fun and awesome. It's actually an incredible combination. I'll be exploring that a little more in the future. Anyone else try that lion's breath, that tongue move while they were hanging? You feel how the whole, like, oh, your whole system just like, it's really cool. Yeah. Didn't expect that. Yoga, you still surprise me after all these years. Let's have a seat. Let's go shoelace. I'm going right over left. And I'll be exposing the left side jaw and ear. So we're just doing a little neck release. So my left sit bone is anchored. Reach left palm away from collarbone. And as we're doing this neck release, you can try a round of, just like a single round of lion. I say a single because once you do it, you want to just pause and assimilate and learn what is it that just happened. So as we get into this like repetition mode, just do one and then just feel. Oof. All right. Relaxing that left arm reach. Use the right hand, assist the head back up centrally. We'll switch the side of our legs. So if you're working shoelace, we'll have the left over the right. And we'll be exposing the right side of our neck. Right hand may reach out. Connect to breath. And if you can discern where your ground is, from where do you live, move, and have your being? Is it from deep inside of your person, or is it kind of from wherever in the room that you're looking at the moment? There's not a right or a wrong, but if you can notice a difference, you now have choice. From what ground will you take your stance? And yes, this leaves tracks. So the ground in which I live, move, and have my being, that ripples out. It ripples through my relations. It ripples through my environment. It ripples through every collective, intentional collective that I participate in, like this one. So, releasing that hand reach, assist the head up. Let's unwind the legs and lie back, Shavasana. It'll be a brief Shavasana. From where shall I live? From what ground shall I move? And from what ground shall I have my being? If you can sense that ground, inhabit that ground. When you're ready, bend knees. Turn to a side and press to seated. Namaste. Just for your information, I put a couple meditation sits. So if you choose to sit, just know that you're not sitting alone. Just come and go as you please. Do with your camera as you like. I think I've got one for tomorrow afternoon. There's no instruction. It's silent. But I'll just be sitting with or without you. So join if you love.
Thanks, Glenn. Thanks, Glenn.
You're welcome.